Jupiter in Taurus begins this May 15th, and this energy is going to be present until May 2024 for the next year. So you're gonna want to tap into this energy. If you're new here, my name is Supernova Jazz. I'm an astrologer, plus size model, the creator of the Astro Tea podcast, and the creator of the Ornova Travel Collective. You want to stay in tune with me, check out my TikTok, and yeah, hit the subscribe button if you're in this energy of receiving abundance, because Taurus represents money, Taurus represents wealth, Taurus represents, the valuable luxury life. I think of just like A-list energy and just being able to look like, a material girl. In this video, I'm going to be discussing how Jupiter and Taurus is going to affect us as a collective, yes, and how it's going to affect every rising sign. So grab your water, grab your sparkling water, and grab your astrology charts, because we're going to dive in, and you're going to want to write this down in your astrology journal. That way we're tapping into the abundant side of Jupiter and Taurus and not the very yang negative energy of being greedy, of being poverty mindset, of just wanting the money, being driven by money, but not necessarily being driven by wealth. So like I said, Jupiter ingresses into Taurus. This is tropical astrology on May 15th. And on this day, Jupiter is going to be conjunct Mercury, it's going to be squaring Mars, it's going to be squaring Pluto, and it's also going to be conjuncting the lunar nodes. It's very important to understand that as this transit is happening, whether you're watching this video 5 months from now, 6 months from now, it's happening during eclipse season. So there's a lot of shifts and breakdowns that need to be taking place, and it might not feel so good. And yes, it could affect your wallet and your money mindset. With Jupiter conjunct Mercury Taurus retrograde, it's really allowing us to really think deep on how we are investing into our longevity. How can we really plant the seeds now how can we be able to plant the seeds now to be able to retire, to be able to make money actually doing what we love? Yeah, so we have to really tap into the mind and shift the perspective of our money mindset and how it can really grow effortless like Mother Nature. Mother Nature is always abundant, it's always growing, and it honestly needs the most effortless energy to keep it flourishing, like water. It rains effortlessly, if God willing, when there's not a drought or some type of season. Sun, it needs sun, and it needs more resources from its actual entity. So it's like Mother Nature is fueling Mother Nature. And this can kind of feel very difficult, Jupiter and Taurus. Jupiter and Taurus is squaring Mars and Pluto. Mars is in Cancer and Pluto is in Aquarius now. So it can really pull away. It can really drive us to want to cut out any negative mindsets when it comes to our family, when it comes to money, when it comes to being able to be a money magnet and do what we love and what we seek value. So if we feel like we want to create art for a living, or actually want to make money doing what we do on YouTube, being content creators, sometimes there's a lot of relearning emotional intelligence and how that really works in tangent with your perspective and with cutting ties with generational scarcity mindset. Jupiter is conjunct the North Node. The North Node is in Taurus, and the North Node is all about doing what we have to do to create really flourishing karma in this lifetime. And sometimes it can be very foreign from us because it is opposing South Node energy. South Node energy can be really quick to bind itself to other people's, opinions, resources, or networks, and not understand that we are also valuable, and the work that we put in is worth creating new foundations and new networks, and to really allow us to circulate wealth within, right? That's my tagline. Because Taurus is such a logical energy, it allows us to shoot for the stars. It allows us to really get to the goal, the bigger picture of our careers and how we want to really earn abundance, live life fluently, but in a way that it's not so juvenile, right? Because Taurus is all about trust. Taurus is all about, you know, how your word matches your bond and how your word really matches your value systems. And yeah, okay, so let's get into the signs. So we're gonna start with Aries rising. Aries rising, you are having this Jupiter Taurus energy in your second house. So it can really pull up a lot of money affairs for you. This can mean a lot of bills can be coming forward, or a lot of things. This can mean that a lot of bills are coming forward, but in a way that is beneficial for you to know what's going on. And sometimes it can allow you to see how you've been spending money aimlessly on things and not knowing that, you know, you've been automatically being billed for this subscription and you don't even need it anymore. Your value system is just like, I don't need this. So actually, yeah, I'm actually saving money or equaling out what I'm paying out by also deleting these subscriptions that no longer hold any value to me. So Aries rising, this Jupiter in your second house is definitely very entrepreneurial. You're definitely here to make sure that what you hold value, your skills, your work ethic, your interests, whether you're good at cooking, whether you're good at singing, very Taurus energy, whether you're good at, you know, putting clothes together. It's about time that you put a price tag on your work so you can expand that energy. Taurus rising, I'm a Taurus rising. Like if you're a Taurus rising, this Jupiter energy conjunct the nodes, conjunct Mercury is in our first house. It's all about how valuable we see ourselves. If we feel like we want the recognition we deserve, then we have to put ourselves out there. We just have to give ourselves the platform and really see that we can hold up space. A lot of investing in yourself is going to be called forward. Jupiter is very chivalrous and very generous. It's very Santa energy. So people are gonna look at you or look at us as if we are just really contributing to the wheel of fortune. We're really pouring abundance into ourselves and loves into ourselves. Taurus is a Venus ruled energy. It's going to start to pull in those relationships. So whether you're single, whether you're in a relationship, people are going to see you at a different level. The respect is going to definitely increase. But again, it starts with that platform you give yourself of value, trust, respect is going to come back 10 times, guaranteed. If you are Gemini rising, you are having this Jupiter Taurus transit for the next year in your 12th house. So it's going to really unveil and expand your subconscious mind. And sometimes a lot of the things in our subconscious is not so pretty, especially if you have Taurus in the 12th house, Gemini rising. You might fall, like, you depend on buying things to make yourself feel better. So a lot of spending money, sometimes just aimlessly, that's going to be pulled into your attention. Maybe blindly eating or blindly smoking, just a lot of ingesting, because Taurus is all about what we ingest, our values, how that's just kind of holding you back, right? So it's going to be a perfect time for health. It's going to be perfect time for abundance meditations for the next year, really unlocking your abundance mindset. It's going to unlock for you, especially a lot of blockages that we put in our way, and how we can tap into abundance mindset and let go of poverty mindset. So making sure we are falling asleep to abundance frequencies and affirmations is going to be super pivotal for you for the next year, Gemini rising. Cancer rising, Jupiter and Taurus is going to be happening in your 11th house. So this is all about your influence. This is really about wealth. This is all about expanding your community. And Taurus itself is just, it's logical, it's stable, and it's all about being around people that are about their bread and about their value, that know how to put a price tag on their selves, or is at least putting themselves out there as entrepreneurs. This is all about, you know, making sure that these people are like-minded and that they're really embodying what they're speaking. You know, you really want to be around people that are really in their craft, right? It's so beautiful to see how so many people have so many interests, and we can all be masters of many. So when we come together as the masters of ourselves, that makes us powerful. When we come together in girl groups or in meetups or in communities or in collaborations, making sure we're putting each other on to any of the resources, it's gonna really expand your wealth. So this is not the time to gatekeep for you, Cancer rising. This is a time for you to put other people on, because you yourself are being put on by universe, and it's going to be really good karma for you. This Jupiter and Taurus energy for you, Leo rising, is going through your 10th house. This is all about the future, your life path, what you're here to really expand on. And again, like in the beginning of this video, when I talk about the overall energy, it is conjunct the nodes, right? So this is a time for you the next year, honestly, but especially now while we're in eclipse season 2023, it's just to let go and to not put so much responsibility of what you're doing. You have to allow the path to unfold. Okay, so over obsessing, Leo rising, too much in the future is gonna really pull out anxiety in you, and it's just really important for you out of all signs to be extremely. So this energy is proving to you that money will come naturally. What you have to be good at is the thing. What's supposed to be super valuable to you is for you to be a master how you can really feed others with knowledge, with feelings, how you can heal others with just what you bring into this universe. So if you're a photographer, you're here to help people really see their beauty. If you're a chef, you're really here to heal people from the inside out. If you're a doctor, you're here not to just heal people physically, but to teach people on, you know, a scientific level on why things are the way they are. So that's why it's really important for you to invest in your future. Taurus is all about investing. It's money. So what you have, of course, Leo rising, but definitely invest in your future this next year. Virgo rising, this Jupiter in Taurus transit is happening in your 9th house. So this is all about travel and foreign money, foreign teachings, and being able to learn from people that are just a lot wiser than you. This can also be you tapping into your wiser money mindset, abundance mindset from your higher self. The higher self energy is definitely the 9th house energy. So let's talk about it. Virgo rising, this is definitely a good time to take a money class, take any type of class that's going to really elevate your stability and allow you to even gain some credentials. So if you were to teach others or be able to sell a course, teach a course, where people kind of look up to you, your skills and your knowledge, it's a really good time to put those plaques on your wall, start, you know, taking those courses and those lessons to give yourself that credibility. This is also giving yourself the next year to know that you are worthy and that you have a lot of knowledge in what you do. So definitely start teaching if you feel like you want to consultate others, teach others. Start with what you know, being very authentic in this process, being authentic to those you are teaching is going to help you a lot in making sure that you gain the respect and making sure you gain the respect and all of the experiences that really taught you to make choices for yourself, not against yourself. And because the Jupiter and Taurus energy is working with the nodes, this can be really pivotal for you to take the next step, or you can work against yourself and really have to go back to the drawing board. Libra rising, Jupiter in Taurus is going to be in your 8th house. This is all about combining resources, combining the energies with others. So good time to collaborate, good time to make sure you book an appointment with any advisors that can help you with your finances, any accountants, anybody that can really teach you about investing in yourself, how to flip homes. Taurus energy is all about, what we spend our money on as well. So making sure that everything you spend your money on is really pulling in that magnetic energy of the 8th house. And while you're doing this, because the 8th house is definitely all about money, Jupiter is expansive and is in the other sign, is in the sign of money. You definitely want to make sure you are shedding any greed, any energy that doesn't allow you to also give back to others, and just making sure we're not overly sharing our body and just wasting our sexual energy. 8th house is all about sexual energy, as well as Taurus and Scorpio. So reading into your sexual energy, releasing any karmic bonds is going to allow the abundance to flow in easier, fluid, and just not working against the grain. We want to go through the path of least resistance, right? Scorpio rising, this Jupiter Taurus energy conjunct the lunar nodes is happening in your 7th house. So we are talking about unionship and making sure that we are able to hold value in what partnership and what teamwork can really do for us. We can't do everything alone. Sometimes we really do need to trust others and outsource to others, because when you're trying to do everything yourself and over obsess, if you're going to, is this person valuable to me? Are they working against my money? Like, they're slowing me down. They're not working hard enough. They're not matching my worth ethic. You're just not trusting. You're not trusting, and you're also not giving yourself the space to trial and error. Like, sometimes you gotta try things out, or sometimes you need to set up realistic programs to where you can be upfront with people and say, hey, let's try it out for 3 months, and we'll check in 3 months, and if we need to renegotiate our partnership, we can do that in a space to where it doesn't feel like an attack, and we already set the intention in the beginning to move in this very, work way. Like, I think of Taurus energy like the performance check-ins and being nourishing and making sure that everybody is fueled in order to show up at their best capacity. And that can be with business partners, that can be romantic partners, that can be marriage. This next year, Scorpio rising can be really big on marriage and really sealing the bond. And that could be buying a home together with someone, that could be opening up a bank account, starting a business is really huge, So definitely it's all about making sure that every person we find intimate space with and pull in intimate bonds is going to teach us to be more grounded, or help us feel more grounded, and allow you to really hold space with your partner in Mother Nature. That would be really good for you too. Taurus is all about Mother Nature. Sag rising, you do have Jupiter and Taurus in your 6th house. So Jupiter and Taurus for the next year is gonna really if you hear barking in the back, I'm sorry. Jupiter and Taurus is really going to highlight your routine. It's going to highlight your work. It's going to highlight what you pour into your day and preparing your day and allowing yourself to be logical about how you check in with your energy, how you check in, how you're feeling yourself, so you can show up as your best self. A lot of the times when we're groggy, we don't feel good, Sag rising is because we're not eating nourishing food. We're not, we're giving ourselves water. Think about a car. Like if you pour water in a tank, it's not doing anything. But if you put the best gas in there and constantly keep up with the maintenance on the car, it's gonna run smooth. It's actually gonna, cost you less in the end. So you want to look at yourself like any other living thing that needs to run on the long term. You need to fuel yourself. Investing in your job, if you're an entrepreneur, it's definitely time to either outsource, upgrade the equipment, to be more structured with your posting schedule, to really set yourself up for success. So when it's time to lounge around, like Sag Risings love to do sometimes, and give yourself maybe longer breaks, it's smart because you set yourself up for that success. Capricorn rising, this Jupiter Taurus energy is happening in your 5th house, so all about inner child healing. Maybe we want to expand our family and bring more children into our family. It's all about the values we have learned from our inner child. If we have learned that money was just if money didn't grow on trees, or we have a negative connotation with money growing up, it's going to really show on how you don't feel confident enough to play with your money or play with your values, or allow yourself to really just sit and indulge and experiment like how children would do, right? If you like to cook for a hobby, if you like to put things together, use your hands, if you like to teach, if you like to, just really help others put things together, this is a really good energy for you, Capricorn rising. So it can really help your business in the long run, even though this house, the 5th house energy, is all about giving yourself the space to express and have fun and praise yourself. Like all children love to feel praise in what they drew and what they brought home. Like, hey, look at my painting. Or like, make sure you're not being too hard on yourself, because it's not gonna feel like 5th house energy, fun and expressive. You're gonna make it feel like work, and this is not the goal for the next year. Like, it could help your work, but you experimenting and falling into your curiosity of how to express this, the skill that you have is all about just having fun. Aquarius rising, this Taurus Jupiter energy is happening in your 4th house. So this is awesome energy to expand on how you feel about your past, the energy you put into your past, or when the past comes up, the energy you match with it is very important. So if we feel healed, if we feel like, I've gained a lot of value from my past and the lessons, this is going to be super expansive for you in your home and your family, and really releasing generational karma from those in your family and from the family that you create, right? This is also a really good time, Aquarius rising, to think about home ownership and how we can really, build homes in maybe many places, or have a home outside of our natural home, have an investment property, maybe repair some things around your home, even if it needs to take money, and even if it needs to require some money, if you want to redo your kitchen, and even emotionally, if this requires a little bit more coin to go to therapy, to go to a family therapist, this next year, it's gonna really heal, and it's gonna give you that abundant love and support from your family that you've always wanted, Aquarius rising. Pisces rising, last but not least, sorry for always last, but this Jupiter and Taurus energy is going to be in your 3rd house, and it's going to really bring up a lot of ideas. It's really going to expand the way you see money as a source of not just like feeling like you're in debt, but you're gonna look at it with new eyes this year, or at least learn to. This is also about just learning how to be a better communicator, Pisces rising. We need to forgive ourselves and forgive others, and make sure that we are giving our mind gentle thoughts. We're nourishing our mental health. So for you, this is a good year to invest in a little bit in your mental health. Maybe even take a speech class, take a communication workshop class. Like, it just doesn't hurt. It just only helps in all areas of your life. This could be a good time to get a new car, or maybe start moving around a little bit. So you could have not only, spend money on a home, but this could be a good time to invest in an office space, or maybe a studio, or that way you can hold space for many different types of people and collaborators. Yeah, it's just giving like money on wheels. So wherever you feel like you need to flow and shift and jive, don't feel like you need to be in a box when it comes to being this entrepreneur person. Even if you have a 9 to 5, like, don't limit yourself from having a side hustle, or not even just like really tapping into this other version of yourself that's very valuable, that's very curious, that really just wants to better with how they Pisces rising. This is just all about valuing the words and the mindset over the thing, and what it looks like and what it feels like. It's all about money mindset and valuable mindset coming together. All right, so that was it. If you've seen all the signs, great. This can be for your rising sign or your sun sign, mainly your rising sign. Go check out the last Astro Tea podcast and hit subscribe, because we got a new Astro Tea podcast coming up. All right, bye. you